Testing, testing, test. Okay. So today I'm gonna do a reading on DDG and Halle Bailey. Now, I've been wanting to do this reading for a while. I've been wanting to do this reading back when I was doing readings on Blueface and you know, I can't remember her name right now. I really can't. So because there was at one point, Blueface and his chick went out on a double date with Halle Bailey and DDG. And it was just so obviously stage that I was kind of intrigued by the dynamic between DDG and Halle, because ever since I laid eyes on them, I felt like they was a fake ass couple, meaning that I felt like the industry put them together. But we seen like with Cardi B and Offset, that was an industry couple. But I think that over time, they really became attached to each other. I mean, they had kids and whatnot, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised that these celebrities they would get together because of the industry and they would have kids and everything and never fall in love with each other. Like the kids and everything is just all a part of building an image. It's just all for their career, but they never form a real attachment and they look at each other like business partners, and having kids together and getting married is just a part of the contract. So you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the extent that a lot of these people will go for the industry for their career and stuff like that. So, but I do feel like with Cardi being Offset that eventually they kind of like fell in love with each other, or they could be like codependent. They just feel the safest with each other. They rather be together than with somebody else in the industry or something. But I add them to the list and do them later because I have a series called Couple Alert. I believe that's what I called it. I ain't work on that series in a while, so I believe that's what it's called and everything. But yeah, let's get into it. First, we're gonna like learn what type of person they are. All right. What type of person is DDG? What type of person is he? I was getting the Orlando Brown vibe where that, a lot of people in the industry, especially right now, um, they have been groomed and raised to be a part of the industry, to be industry babies and everything. And I feel like DDG is one of those people, but I also feel like Haley is one of those people. I picked up on that energy a while ago. So yeah, they some industry babies, meaning that they was breeded, raised to be industry babies. And uh if you want to learn more about that, check out my Orlando Brown reading and everything. I do feel like he have a addiction to something, like some type of substance or something like that. Came out in shadow, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your spirit. DDG don't have like a sense of identity. He is young, so I give him that. But he also um he live in fear of like a lot of things. He has a lot of fears. He has like high functioning anxiety. Um, but his life is like a complete lie, to be real. Like his whole life is a lie. His whole life is a lie. Makeup tells that harm others. And he also a liar. Like he lies a lot. There might even be people around him that even feel like he's like a compulsive liar, like it's like a issue because people will find out that he lie about things that, you know, he didn't have to lie about. You could ask him like, "Did you take a piss today?" And they be like, "No, I didn't." And then they'll be kind of dramatic about it, like, "I'm so busy that I can't even go take a piss," or something like that. But, in actuality, he actually took two pisses that day. So uh he will also lie to make himself seem a certain type of way. Hold on, y'all. I think I need more light. Hold on. All right, let's continue. Yeah, and he also know how to make himself seem like a victim really well. This came out in light attribute. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself, damsel. Mm. What I'm actually getting from that is that he has a deep understanding of how the industry relationships work. I see him talking to somebody who is actually giving him the tea, giving him the real truth about like the psychology behind these industry romance and stuff like that. Cause I do feel like with some of these people, and I think Cardi B was a victim of this, that you will only have one party in the relationship that is fully aware of what's going on. Like they will come to one person and they will tell that person to pursue the other person. And they will give them reasons like, yo, you should pursue this singer, this rapper, or whatever, because it would be really good for your career. They even have data like charts on this. Like I'm seeing him looking at like a chart. And this chart, the reason why it's being shown to him is because the person was telling him, this is a good move. This is a good move to pursue and date this female. Like, this is how good it will be for your career. So he's seen a chart that told him basically is if he was to pursue Haley, that it would skyrocket his career. So yeah, with that card, I just feel like he's the one that he knows. He knows exactly like what's going on, what he doing, and why he doing it. Um, but it's not like out of love. It's not something that just happened naturally or whatever. Like they just seen each other and they was like instantly attracted to each other. Nah, it's like it was planned out, premeditated. Got the exorcist card, fear of facing your own demons. He do live in fear, but I feel like it's something deeper to that. Let me see. Clarity on the exorcist card. Mm. Mm. You know, he's plotting. Like he planning on how to walk away from the situation with him being the victor. Um, like there's a lot of plotting, planning, and scheming, but with this card being reversed, the star card, oh, he might even eventually at one point kind of try to destroy Halle career because he think that he would be able to absorb that energy and it will work out for him. Halle, she shouldn't trust him because he kind of looking at this from the information that he know that somebody career has to get um destroyed. He also trying to find a way to make himself look um like the victim, like the one that people should feel sorry for in the situation. He playing some mental mind games in this, but he have really devious thoughts when it comes to this whole situation. Deep down, DDG is a very damaged, emotionally damaged person. Emotional upheaval, life seems unbearable, separation from the one you love, external events are stressful and out of your control. Disappointment and heartache will pass in time, conflicting emotions. Signifies a male. Oh, that was the Five of Cups reverse. These cards right here are called, it's called Quick and Easy Tarot. You can find them on Amazon. Unemotional nature, a sensuous person who stresses the physical side of life, worldly and jaded. Life holds no surprises for this person, attractive and well dressed. He might deceive you and is not as he appears. Do not trust this man with your heart, he will break it. DDG is a really selfish person, and I kind of feel like his selfishness come from um for one, him not truly knowing himself and him not trying to. He not trying to really dig too deep into his inner world to be like a better person or some shit like that. He just trying to stay afloat, trying to stay relevant, trying to stay in the spotlight, trying to stay famous, you know, like that's what he care about. He want to solidify his career. It's somebody though, it's somebody that he look up to, a man. And this man is giving him really bad advice. Um so I feel like also a part of this is that he trying to be like this man that he look up to. And this man that he look up to is kind of ruthless. Like they don't really care about nobody but themselves. So he trying to emulate that. Cause he also feel like he's at an advantage because um he feel like he know more. He know more than Haley. Um he kind of feel like she's in the dark why he so he feel like he gonna win. But this is like really like a game to him. But if you was to really observe him, like a interview or something like that, especially if he's with Haley, he's constantly thinking about everything. Like he thinking about his words very carefully, the way that people perceive him. He's never just relaxed and just being himself. He's never doing that. Um, he's always kind of like scheming. And it might even be hard to pick up on because he kind of like a passive aggressive type person. So I feel like behind the scenes, like he play games with Haley, but they like mental games. He's really like in competition with her. He really just looking at what he can gain from it, what he could get out of this. Um, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. So that's the healer and shadow. Mm. I kind of feel like behind the scenes, he could present himself as like a spiritual person. But he also learned this from somebody. Maybe a girl that he dated in the past was actually spiritual, and he kind of just absorbed and picked up on that personality, and he know like acting like this would get people to trust him more. So that's why he do it. And inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Yeah, he's highly influenced. Ever since he was a child, this came out in shadow. He's highly influenced. He always been, and that's because he's so fragmented. Like he really don't know who he is. Like he don't. But it's something different. It's kind of like he like a empty vessel, to be real. And at any minute he could just be easily hijacked by something, a person, a personality and stuff like that. I'm even feeling like Haley, she's picking up on this vibe. Like it might even kind of creep her out a little bit because she picking up on the fact that, he don't have like his own personality and stuff like that. I think even sometimes he act like her. And that's natural in a sense. Like, when you start dating somebody, you start to pick up on their characteristics and stuff like that. No, it be situations where she know that this is not him. Like let's say that she observe him and she watch him eat certain foods that he like or something like that. Um and she also observe like what he don't like just by observing him. But if they get around certain people and they feel like and he feel like these people gravitate to Haley more, he would just completely become her in order to get these people to like him. And it's kind of cringy. If he was to see it, it's cringy. Like, let's say that these people offer strawberries because they could have read online or something that Haley loves strawberries. So they come and bring strawberries to her. And DDG, he hates strawberries. Like, she seen him not like strawberries. But he would act like, oh my God, I love strawberries. Like, this is so amazing and yada, yada, yada. It would be like that. Instead of just being like, well, she likes strawberries, but I don't really like strawberries. So, I'm not going to eat them and stuff like that. Just be real about it. But nah, this motherfucker, he would just sit there and suffer through eating the strawberries. Because he don't want to be disliked or he want to be more favored than his competition. Because I also feel like this DDG dude, he's always in competition with somebody. And I feel like that he used it like a mechanism for him. He used it as a way to motivate himself. So he um would look for competition because he feel like that's how he could motivate himself if he trying to be better than or outbeat somebody else. And I also feeling like this is something that he picked up on. Like whoever this male figure is, they face is blurry to me, but they wearing like a suit. They dress really nice or whatever. And this is somebody that DDG just attached himself to and he just really admire this person and want to be like them. But also this DDG dude, he have really dark thoughts, really dark. Um, he might crack. He might crack one day as he get older. He might lose it. Um, it's so much in him that he is repressing. that eventually it will expose. I meant to say explode, but um, it's not gonna be pretty either. It's not gonna be pretty. Hold on, y'all. I gotta use the restroom, and I think I also might eat something. Let me go take care of myself for a little bit. Hey, I'm back. So, man, honestly, this full moon is really bringing in a stream of information. Like, been kind of upset because, you know, it's a difference when people just talk behind your back. They just talk about you, but it's a different when people seek to destroy you, you know. They seek to turn everybody against you and to take everything away from you. It's a difference with that. And I came across some really sick people, and they all cowards, cause they ain't never, I mean none of them ever told me in my face that they was my enemy, but behind my back, yo, they recorded me. They turned people against me. They try to destroy everything that I was building. And then when they thought that they succeeded, then that's when they let it be known that they don't like me or whatever. But before that, like my cousin, she would say that, I'm the only person that would understand you. When I wanted to talk to my family about some of the shit that she's saying, I'm like, you know what? I'm finna go talk to them. She was like, they ain't gonna understand you and they gonna talk behind your back, which is true. But she was feeding them information. And then, when I call people, they all saying like, oh yeah, such and such said this or whatever like that. And I'm just like, man. And, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck like the way I would have gave a fuck in that situation. Like, I'm not even used to that energy. I'm I'm not gonna get too deep in it. But that's just something that been coming to me. That stream of consciousness of how bad this shit was, you know, how bad this shit was with the things that people said and they knew what they was doing, you know? Because before I even knew who people was, motherfuckers was already going to them and poisoning their mind against me. Like, this is on a whole nother level. This ain't like, I mean, these are motherfuckers that will go into your Akashic records, learn like who is a part of your destiny, like the people that is supposed to help you, the people that is supposed to uplift you as you incarnate into this motherfucker. And then they will go to these people one by one and turn them against you before you can even reach them. Like, I supposed to have help on this journey, but so far I haven't. Motherfuckers are just weak, man. They believe what they hear. They don't do their own investigation or whatever. They don't get to know a person on their own. So by the time I came across these connections of destiny, by the time I reached them, these motherfuckers got an attitude with me. These motherfuckers' mind is poison towards me. And I kept thinking about, you know, when I first reached out to somebody, they posted a song. I keep thinking about that song, and I don't know if that song was supposed to be shade or not, you know? But see, that's the thing, man. Everybody keep you in the fucking dark. That's the worst part about it, is that motherfuckers keep you in the dark. They dead ass would just keep you in the dark while all this shit is going on around you. And they might even say some shit to you like, you know, don't worry about what people saying about you, but the shit that people saying about you. I mean, damn, bruh. I mean, the shit that people saying. That shit on a whole nother level. These motherfuckers try to make me look like I'm sadistic, like I'm crazy or something. And I've been good to these people. And these motherfuckers go behind your back. And I mean, they say the worst shit. They say the worst shit about you, man. And then what? They go tell people this shit, and these people come to you acting funny. And it really hurts, you know? It really hurts. And even now, some of these people coming to the realization that it's not true, but yet they just sit there and look at me. They don't enlighten me or nothing. They just continue to be cowards, you know? So you have to really look at these people and be like, man, it must be something in you that you want to see me destroyed. Like you wanted to believe that about me, even though you haven't seen that in my character, you wanted to. And I mean, damn, bruh, it's so bad that people will take your words and twist it. Um, like I've been getting a lot of visuals of just people taking bits and pieces of my messages, making it seem like some type of way or whatever, and people just watching me, people like stalking my motherfucking ass. You know, with that dude, Bobby, I would never fuck with you, nigga, ever. But he would go do shit behind the scenes and then come and ask me shit like, yeah, have anybody tried to talk to you recently? Why? Because you doing spell work to make me undesirable to other people, you know? Or one point we was having a conversation in a text message and it was like he was getting upset. But it was like he was like, hold on. Cause he went and go to investigate. I don't know what you got connections to or whatever, but these motherfuckers is like all up in your records. They all up on your phone and shit. Like, I know that one day everything gonna come to the light, and I just gotta brace myself for that. You know, everything gonna come to the light in the 3D, not just the spiritual realm, because you can't hide shit from there. But and you know what? All these people they gonna be fucked up for what they did, and that's not me doing witchcraft and shit like that because I don't. You know, um, I don't feel the need to. Like I don't feel the need to. I really just want to live my life. I just want to see, but these people will feel like they feel like it's a failure for them to see me do good. Like it was their job to keep me oppressed, to keep me unhappy. They wanted to make the lies that they was telling people real. And they put me through all that shit. And I was good to these people. I genuinely cared and loved them. Let's continue. Let's go ahead and go into Halle, her personality, type of person she is. What type of person is Halle? Hmm. I feel like overall she is a good person, but she do care a lot about her image and everything like that. And what she present to the public um is not fully who she is. I'm not saying like it's a fake facade. Nah, it's just not who, like there's parts of her that nobody in the public scene, like people behind the scenes, they know her, like they know how she is and everything like that. But she really meticulous with the way that she present herself to the public. And I guess that's understandable because of her career, and now she like a whole Disney princess and stuff like that. Oh man, which I really feel like we have to change that shit up, like the way that we perceive that. Just because a person played a Disney princess on camera doesn't mean that their life should reflect a Disney princess, because that's make believe. That's not reality, you know? And but I feel like people keep making her feel pressure to stay symbolically pure. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Like it's a lot of pressure on her to maintain this type of image. I mean, but she a motherfucking Aries. Like I don't even know why people is even doing this to her, but be that as it may, so she real careful of how she present herself in the public. I mean, before she even leave the house for anything, she could be going to the grocery store. She have to like mentally prepare for going out into the public. Making sure like thinking over situations that could happen and how she was going to handle it. That's how she prepared herself. Then she might even have a publicist. I see her talking to some woman with braids. And this woman is kind of like talking to her about how to handle certain situations in public. She might be a publicist or something. I don't know. Mm. I do feel like she do have a big heart and she really do care about the people in her inner circle. She would really try to protect them. She really do appreciate the people in her life. I'm gonna put it like that. Um, and she feels the need to protect them or stand up for them or something like that. She do feel like that. She also got the storyteller card, but she got it in light attribute when DDG got it in shadow. So ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Oh, okay. So this pointing at her musician like qualities. I think that this is maybe the reason why she is more balanced because she kind of transmute the energy in writing, creating. Because I feel like she might be a type of person that have like a journal or she keeps some type of she does something to help her regulate her energy to keep her more balanced. Um I also feel like she has a lot of songs or poetry or something that people haven't heard. And I feel like some of these songs or poetry is really dark in nature, but she don't release it. She keep it kind of private. But this is how she transmute her energy, you know. Um Got the Femme Fatale card, came out in shadow. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And this also correlates with the Midas card, came out in shadow as well. Hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So, you know, she do care a lot about her career. Um, Something that really stresses her out, trying to remain likable to the public. Um, but there is a lot like I feel like it's unnecessary pressure from just her team of people that's around her and stuff. They keep trying to pressure her to be a certain type of way, to look a certain type of way. I do feel like one day she might like rebel. Um, because when I'm getting with this female fatale card, a lot of her sensuality is repressed. And she like wanna express that. I mean, she express it privately, but you know, it be something um potent about it if she was express it to the public, kind of like Rihanna. That's the vibe it's giving me. Like you know how Rihanna she first started and she had this really clean image, pop star type bullshit. And then she went through the shit with Chris Brown, and then she turned into this good girl gone bad. Um, and when she turned into that, that's when people really gravitated towards her. And I feel like it's gonna be the same with Halle. I just think that she gonna wait until she a bit older. She gonna wait until the Disney shit kind of play out, which is gonna be a while. But I feel like she feel good about it right now. It doesn't really feel like too much of a burden because she's a private person and she like keeping things more private about her, especially like her freaky side and stuff like that. But she know how to use her sensuality, her femininity, her looks to get what she want. I mean, really good at it. Like, um, she just had that ability that she could really make a dude like weak in the knees. Like, she just know how to look at a person, know how to flirt with them in a certain type of way to make them feel so not just comfortable with her, but just so intrigued by her that they kind of just give in to the energy or whatever. She just have that ability. I just don't think that she weaponized it yet, but she might, especially dealing with DDG, like when he fully break her heart, um, it's a possibility that she gonna go into this femme fatale like energy and she gonna be good at it. I'm trying to think of an example. Cause she gonna be the player, not the one getting played. But she might have to first get her heart broken to go into that energy. And when she go into that energy, she gonna be savage with it. Like this is something that is kind of hidden within her, but she have this ability. Almost like she could radiate some type of aura or something that just make men and women um kind of just fall for her or give in to her in some type of way. Got the judge card. Balances justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Hmm. I do feel like she will take up for herself. Like she ain't the one who just sit there and take some shit or whatever. Like she will express herself, tell you how she feel about some shit. She will do that. Let's get some clarity on that card. Oh boy. My heart be too big, bro. Mm. Homegirl could have a violent side that we don't know about. Very unsettling, volatile period, inability to juggle multiple responsibilities over commitment situations, pay attention to details. Hmm. You know what? I think that she's pretty good at dealing with the shadow side of life. Like she good at working through shadow aspects of life. When shit get out of hand, when shit get really dark, she really good at navigating that. I think she better at it than her sister. But she is a good team player. You know, that's the thing about her. Like, but the reason why she's a good team player is because she don't take people shit. You know, like she stand up for herself. She stand up for other people. Like, let's say that her team is really trying to pressure her to do something she really don't want to do, she will fight back and she will be like, no, I ain't doing it. And this helped people to respect her more. Like, people kind of treat her differently because people know that she have her own mind, her own opinion of things. Um, People know that they just can't push over her and run her over. So even though in the public she have like this really innocent facade and everything, behind the scenes she ain't with the fuck shit. She ain't with the fuck shit. Like, she will set a motherfucker straight. And the quickness too. Like, she don't be playing. She good at catching shade too. Like, you go to her and you trying to be fake nice with her and shit like that, she will pick up on that shit. And I think she also like witty. So, let's say that a good example would be um Hunk for Jesus in that movie. There was a scene where the pastor wife, she was talking to another wife or something. They was in the mall and they was being petty towards each other, but they was being like low key petty or whatever, but they knew, they was aware that they didn't like each other and they was being petty. Um this Holly girl, she really good at that. Like, two people could be having a conversation, they being like low key petty with each other, but she know how to say something, but it's passive aggressive, but it really would hurt the person's feelings or put them in a place or something like that. She really good at that. Like, for myself, I ain't good with that shit. Like, I'm not good with that passive aggressive shit. I'm just direct. And I'm not always good at picking up on passive aggression from other people. Sometimes it take me some time to pick up on the fact that this person is throwing shade at me. Sometimes I pick up on it immediately, but a lot of times it's like I'm not even looking for that or whatever. So, and I'm also not good with like the whole like name calling, the like yo mama jokes or some shit like that. Nah, I'm just like direct to the point and everything. But she good at that. She good at it. Okay. What I'm getting with this thief card came out in light attribute. Is that I just kind of, what I'm getting with this card really is that she do have a confidence, and it's a genuine confidence. And there's a part of herself that she keep kind of private, but it helps her to truly believe in herself and her ability, and it helps her to stay centered. Um, I think that she could also be like a conspiracy theorist, um, which is interesting because, her and her sister is a conspiracy in themselves. And I feel like she realized that. Like, she might even have a conversation like with her sister, like, don't you think it's weird that, you know, we ran into these people at certain times and stuff like that? Like, don't you think it's weird that, they was watching us like they was? Don't you think it's weird that, I feel like she the type of person that would do shit like that. Like, she looking at shit and she questioning it. And I mean, I feel like she even questioned like her own purpose within this dynamic. Like, why was it so easy for her to get into the industry? why she felt like she was groomed since a young age to be in this industry. I feel like it's things that she questioned. And um not all people know what the fuck is going on. Like Orlando Brown, I feel like the reason why he knows so much is because he hit rock bottom already. And, on his way trying to get out of that hole, he was coming into a lot of realizations about shit because he seen the ugly side of it. But when you're a person and all you seeing is all this notoriety and fame and money and shit like that, you don't, a lot of times you don't stop to question why. But Halle, she do question it. And I think, because I also feel like uh she's not afraid to lose fame. She that's kind of contradicting to this card. And that other card. But see this what it is. I don't feel like she afraid to lose fame as in she think about it. Like she prepare herself for it. Like if all this shit was to go bad and I was to lose everything and everybody hated me, you know, I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not going to lose my sense of identity. I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to hold on to my confidence. I'm not going to let it break me. Like I feel like she have those type of conversations, but I do feel like she tread lightly because she don't want to experience that. Um but she take time to prepare herself for it. I also feel like she a type of person that requires breaks. Like after working hard for a long amount of time, she will be like, "Look, I need a break. I need to have fun. I need a fuck. I need to like I need to like I need some time to myself." She could also be an introvert and she will feel the need to be alone sometimes. And that's really good. That's really healthy for her. So yeah, that's Halle. Let's go ahead and get into their relationship, which I already did, but we're gonna dig deeper. And I'm gonna ask about I wrote her name. The Ruby Rose. Oh, you know what? Let's get into because she a part of this. She a part of this. Let's get into real quickly what type of person is Ruby Ruby Rose, which is DDGX. Recently when Halle and DDG was breaking up, Ruby Rose came up in the story. I don't even know who she is though. Like what she do? Like is she like a YouTuber? Like what? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Oh, she a rapper. Okay. Hmm. I'm finna pause it. I want to just check out her music real quick. American rapper and model. Hold on, hold on. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how the hell she ended up with DDG, especially going off of her music and stuff like that, because she said that she like hood dudes. And you got all these female rappers and they all be trying to make it seem like they some freaks and stuff. They probably not even freaks like that. They probably not even, they just be saying shit, but is that how you really is? And some of them, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, let's get what type of person Ruby Rose is. They ain't no real freaks. It's like I feel like it's easy to rap about those things. It's easy to rap about like your pussy, your money, the shit that you have and shit like that. Like you just kind of staying on the surface of everything because there's so much examples out there of that type of rapping. Um, you know, I guess, but it is interesting how different her image is to Halle. He went from somebody saying that she liked to be fucked in the back seat. Nothing wrong with that, but to a Disney princess and everything. So it's interesting because from her music, I wouldn't even think that she would be interesting in somebody like DDG or whatever. But be that as it may, what type of person is Ruby Rose? I'm getting hot, y'all. Hold on. You either need to turn on the AC or turn on this fan. Hold on. Mm. I really just felt like her image was crafted. Honestly, with this card right here, I'm kind of getting the vibe that she might not write her music, which, ever since Cardi B did it, it seems people are cool with it now. And even with myself, Cardi B kind of changed it up to me because I understand that there are some people who enjoy to write music and they're good at it, but they don't want to be an artist, you know? So they don't mind giving their lyrics to somebody who is willing to perform it or have that type of personality and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm open-minded to it and stuff like that, you know, because they might not be like good performers or something like that, but they are connecting with somebody. And if I would probably do some shit like that. Like I would probably write music in the background. I'd rather be like somebody in the background, producer or something like that, than to be performing. Or it just seemed a whole lot easier, as in you won't get tied up in the industry um as much as the actual artist. But this came out in shadow. Using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. There's a lot of cards out here that points at a victim mentality. Matter of fact, the card that came out after that one is the victim card. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. You know, I do want to know her Zodiac sign. Kind of giving me like Cancer like vibes, but you know, it's so easy to be wrong on somebody's zodiac sign because we all embody that energy. But you know, that's the energy she giving me. Oh, Libra child, Libra. You know what I notice about Libras is that they are the type of motherfuckers that would do anything for their career. Damn, she got a Libra sun and moon. Cancer is in her eighth house. Sag energy. Jupiter, Aquarius, Uranus, Aquarius. Okay, so yeah, a lot of Libra energy kind of makes sense. All right, let's go ahead. Mm. So, what I'm getting on these cards so far is that I kind of feel like she the type of person that would be like, I do it for my family, you know? Like she has something in her life that she feel like, you know, if she ever had to be ruthless or manipulative, she kind of fall back on this. Like, let's say it's her mother or something like that. She'll be like, you know, I'm out here hustling. I'm doing what I gotta do for my mama or something like that. But she not really playing the game fair, but it's because she came into this with a mentality that she can't play it fair. Like she have to break the rules a little bit. She have to manipulate things in order for it to go how she want it to go. So she feel like that a prostitute card in shadow places material consideration and security above self-empowerment. I also feel like she is the type of person that she would do sexual favors for certain things. Like she's not above that. That's how she kind of think about it. Like she not above that. Like she also think about it in the sense of like she kind of feel like everybody do it. Um, I know her mind, the way that she perceived the industry, she just feel like she has to become it instead of going into it and creating change. And I feel like she devalue herself a lot to get to where she at now. So she feel like she have to. This is the only way. And that could make her be petty with other female artists because she automatically project that onto them. Like, yeah, I know you fucked that producer to get that track. Yeah, I know you did that. Yeah, I know, you know, because she think that she know because that's what she do. But some people, they could manifest things in a different way. And, you know, she really need to get out of this because she is attractive, and with that Libra energy, it make people lust after Libras and like a really toxic way sometimes. And I'm starting to feel like she creating like a mentality around her. Like producers be like, it's starting to be like rumors or something like that. Like producers talking to each other like, yeah, man, if you wanted to hit that, she be willing to do it for a track, man. Damn. Stop doing that shit, man. Stop doing. You can stop, okay? Because this gonna manifest into a situation that is really gonna eat her up, you know? She ain't gonna last long in that type of mentality. Um, and some things are just more valuable. She also put a lot of value on money, her pussy, and all of this. Cause I think she also have a mentality like she got some good or something. Um, okay. I'm not saying that it's not good, but that's not the reason why that motherfucker came back. That's not the reason why that motherfucker gave you a track. It's not that. You know, you have to understand that, you know, other people they thinking in a completely different way. Okay. Um, just like when I was listening to Sukiana, cause she felt like she got some bomb sets or whatever like that, and she put like a lot of value into that. And in the man minds that come in contact with her, they just trying to violate you. They just want to see what you talking about. But it's they ain't thinking about it the same way that you is. They not walking away from it like, yeah, man, that was the best. They might walk away with a mindset like, yeah, you a freak, you willing to do all kinds of stuff, but it's not something that's making them attached to you. Okay. And a motherfucker who do get attached to that alone, they a weak motherfucker. So, you know, that's how I know women that put too much value in they vajayjay. I know that the man that they are attracting in their lives are demons. Because only a demon could find that valuable alone, you know? So just don't be that. Don't put yourself in that position, you know? Make sure that a motherfucker value more about you than just the way that you give head or the way that you put it down in bed. Okay? Because the only reason a man would feel like your shit is magical is that if this person value your soul, okay? Like they value your soul, your mind, your spirit. They find those things to be beautiful. So when they are intimate with you and they have sex with you, they could feel that, you know, and that's how a motherfucker gonna walk away and be like, yo, that's like some of the best vajayjay I ever had in my life. But it's usually attached to the energy, not your vagina itself, you know? So I feel like a lot of times she walk away feeling used. She walk away feeling violated, but she kind of dismissed that, repress it so that or even justify it because maybe she get what she want, you know? Like she think that she doing something. Like, okay, this is I gotta explain this better. Like I feel like it's getting to the point that producers like they play games with her to manipulate her into thinking that she have to perform sexually with them in order to get something from them. So it would be some shit like a producers talking, cause niggas they talk more than females. Trust and believe. I sit there and I watch these motherfuckers do that shit. You know. Um. So then they call her up and be like, "Yo, I have this song," but they would tell her something like, I was really thinking about giving this song to such and such, some other artist or something like that, but I want you to come and listen to it or whatever. So she come and listen to it and she fuck with it. And this artist, this producer, could have had made the song for her, like made it for her sound, her voice or whatever. But he playing games with her, telling her like, yeah, I was gonna give this to somebody else, but I just wanted you to come and listen to it. So she come and listen to it and she love it. She like it. And then the producer be like, well, yeah, such and such, they really want this song, but I'm willing to give it to you if you do a little something, something. And she play into it. She play into it because, that's for one, that's how she think it is. She think that's how it's supposed to be. So the motherfucker ended up giving her the song that he was always planning on giving to her, but he wanted to get something else out of her. So he played on her emotions in order to do it. Well, her mental, not her emotions, because she detached emotionally. And she be walking around thinking like, yeah, I got the best pee in the world because I took this song from this artist and all I had to do was give him a little something something. And what's so sad about this is that when she be pleasing these motherfuckers, that she be actually putting in work. She be putting in work. I don't know if people really understanding how I'm feeling about this because she getting played, but she feel like she have to perform well sexually in order to win when it never was even about that, you know? And, she probably could have had switched things around if she would have been like, you know what? Give it to her then. Go ahead, give it to that artist because I'm not willing to sacrifice myself for it. I'm not willing to do that. Or been like, look, I'm willing to pay for it, but I'm not fit to give you my body. I'm not fit to do that. So, some things you just shouldn't use as a pawn to get what you want. Okay? Some things are sacred. Um, then we got the warrior card here. Came out in light attribute. So, this girl is strong. I give her that. And I feel like she fighting for something. Like she have a reason for going hard for certain things or whatever. And a lot of times with Libra, it's just the fact that they don't want to be broke. But Libras, they be superficial as fuck. They really do. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. Hmm. What I'm getting from this card is that she is willing to put in the work. Um as in If she's getting ready for a performance or something like that, she will work herself hard in order for it to be good or something, or she like kind of just believe in hard work, I guess. So she would work herself to the bone. I see Libras do this a lot too. Like they get with a company and it ain't nothing for them to do a double. It ain't nothing for them, cause they thinking about that check, that money, and that gives them enough drive to get through it. Yo, just talking about this really reminded me of a Libra that I know I used to work with. And yeah, actually, I'm finna text them real quick. I'm from text them. Hold on. Yeah, Spirit been really wanting me to like share my YouTube and shit with people. I don't know. I just been following the flow of it, but sometimes I feel like people are already watching me. And I don't have like large numbers and stuff like that, but I do have a lot of incidents where it's like people know. Like I be feeling like I'm on a Truman show for real sometimes because, you know, like people would just randomly ask about me and stuff like that. Like they know. They know what I'm doing. And I don't know. It just be weird. But these people also will like avoid me at times or can't look me in my eye or whatever. Like it's just weird. So whatever. Um it's almost like they be scared of me or something. Like I could see them or something because they watching me do what I do. And but nobody is real with me about shit. Like people just keep me in the dark. I be really feeling like on a Truman show. I be really feeling like that. Yeah. So this card too is pointing out the fact that she working hard for something. There's a reason behind all of this, for all the sacrifices that she make, for everything. She has a something she attached to behind the scenes, maybe a family member getting out the hood. It's a reason why she works so hard and she want to make this money. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Yeah, I kind of feel like she could be a spiritual person. She could be a spiritual person. Yeah, because it came out with the healer card. So this could be like she could be the type of person that have crystals, burn sage, maybe even have tarot cards. Um, maybe even consider herself as a healer. I do feel like she has a big heart when it comes to her circle. I feel like outside of her circle though, she could be ruthless, like even catty, even shady. But to the people that is in her circle and she really care about these people, um, she do a lot for them. And she damn, I'm distracted, yo. This energy keep hitting me. I don't know what spirit trying to get my attention to, but it's something going on. It's something brewing in the background. There's something going on. And then the last card, the female fatale card, inappropriate use of sensuality. We had got that with Haley. And when I first seen that card, my first thought was that Haley is a freak. Haley is a freak behind the scenes. Um, I'm also picking up on a mentality like this Ruby girl, she could have felt like DDG wasn't gonna get over her because when this Ruby girl have sex with people, she do put in work. She tried to make it rememberable and everything, and to some aspect it is. But so do Haley. That's the thing. So DDG on a sexual level is not really missing her because I think that behind the scenes, Haley is just as much of a freak that this girl pretend to be. Because I don't think that is genuine, and it's a difference. Let me explain that real quick. Um, you have some people, they just naturally freaky. So when you intimate with them, they kind of lose themselves in the moment. And that's what makes them like a freak or whatever. And that energy can be intoxicating because um people love that when you could express how good it feels to you, when you could express how into the person you is and everything like that. And it's genuine. And you're gonna get this with people who view their sexual energy as sacred. So for one, you know that a lot of people is not experiencing this. For two, you know that this person, for them to be intimate with you, they have to be truly connected to you. So that's just like a whole different type of high. But you have performers. You have the freaks that they've been watching way too much porn. They are willing to do any and everything or whatever, you know. Um they it's only performing. It's a technique to them. They're not really into it. Like they pussy might even be dry or something like that because they're not really into it. And they look at sex as it's a technique or a tool to get what they want. It's a different type of energy. So, a dude could be intimate with them and be like, "Yeah, man, she fit my whole penis in her mouth plus my balls." Like, damn, man, they might talk about what you could do, but if you was really, if you was really tapping into that motherfucker, like you tapped into their soul, they ain't gonna be talking about you like that, you know? They ain't gonna be talking to their homeboys about all that you could do because now they feeling protective over your energy. They don't want anybody to even think about you in that manner. Okay. So, they might talk to their homeboy, but they still ain't gonna give them all the details because they don't want their homeboy to get overly curious. But then you have these performers and they go and talk to their homeboy about it because they want their homeboy to go and experience it too. You get what I'm saying? Like they treat you like this. They treat you like this. All right, now let's get into the relationship. Actually, I want to use this cards. What is the relationship like? Relation relationship like between DDG and Halle? What it's like? Hmm. It's a lot of secrets. Um, a lot of secrets because a lot of these cards are coming up in reverse, and I know why. Realization, lockdown, mental prison. Ooh, and the poison card. Why this is coming up reverse is because Holly don't really know who DDG is, and she also don't know his plans. Okay, because he willing and waiting to throw her ass under the bus if he have to for his career. Okay, there's no real commitment, but I feel like that's secret. She also don't know how deeply mentally disturbed DDG is, because he be having some really dark thoughts. I don't know. I feel like he has an addiction. Then I also got this card, but it's reverse. This point at the fact that it is a lot of undercover pressure. Okay. Um, there'll be times that DDG would get into an energy where he's about to confess everything. I think that it's times when Halle is very good to him, like are very vulnerable with him or something like that. In those moments, he feel the need to be honest, feel the need to confess like what's really going on. And I think that he does it maybe like in a passive aggressive way when he doing this, like he would tell a story about somebody else when it's really about him. I feel like he do shit like that. Like, I got this one homeboy in the industry, and the only reason he dating this girl is for a come up. But then he will also do shit like say that that would never be him. Like he will lie. And then you have this wish card, and then you have the anxiety card reverse. Hmm. What I'm getting from these together is that I feel like DDG is about to crack. Like for real. I feel like homeboy is on the edge. And I feel like this card is coming out is because he keep trying to repress it. He might even be hoping and wishing that it would go away. The anxiety, the fact that he about to crack. He about to crack, y'all. What's going on with DDG? What's going on with DDG? See? What's going on with DDG? Okay, I also feel like he's in a situation that he can't tell the truth. He can't reveal what's really going on because he has some type of network. Um he working with people. But I do feel like underneath the surface, okay. Underneath the surface, there's a lot brewing, okay? And I feel like it's going to manifest in anger because I feel like that's like the only emotion that he's really comfortable with. So I feel like uh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like if Haley was like my sister or something like that, I would tell her like, look, get away from him. Like, cause he about to crack. And it ain't gonna be pretty. And it might even be dangerous because I feel like the anxiety, the fears are manifesting into anger. And I don't think that he's angry at her, but he just angry at life in general. And that's dangerous because he don't know where to direct this energy. So he might just choose to direct it at her because she's the closest to him at the time. Like he feel trapped in the situation. Um he feels trapped. Hmm. Hmm. It's something about this card, like I'm picking up on the energy. It came out reverse, but when I picked it up, I heard something like bringing somebody back, bringing somebody back, bringing like a energy back or something like that. I'm kind of confused on that. Let's see if I could dig it up. Give me clarity on that memory card. Emotional upheaval, life seems unbearable, separation from the one you love. He about to crack. Like, but it's something else. It's something else. Why did I hear bringing back this devil card? This is something very dark. Something very dark. It could be like to bring his career back or something like that. He could be somehow feeling like he falling off and like he kind of trying to do damage control by being in this relationship. All right, clarity on this part right here. I feel like something happened already. Something already happened. Something that wasn't in public. I feel like he already, I don't know, he could even have put his hands on her or something, but or just had a very violent explosion or something like that. Um, Controlling, overbearing, and quick to anger in interpersonal relationships and at work. Judgmental and intolerant of others' lifestyles and opinions. You're childlike in some ways. You still have much to learn. Worry and fear blocks positive action. Okay, so because I had got these cards right here. See, something happened. He tried to be just chill or something like that because I think that they was spending time together. And during their time spending together, he was feeling triggered because of the secrets. And I feel like something happened where he like exploded. He already cracked. But it was like only for momentarily. It's more to come though. That's why I feel like it's not good. Um and I think she just left him or something, but something happened. Hmm. I don't know. I almost felt like he could have got diagnosed when this happened. Like something happened and it really looked it bad. As in when Halle seen it, she became afraid of him or felt like he needed to get some type of help. I think she even told him like you got to get help. Like if you want to continue. That's what I'm getting with the imagination card, almost like he broke, he cracked and he became like mentally unstable. He wasn't seeing things correctly. I think he was even like accusing her of stuff and it wasn't a good situation. It wasn't a good situation. Yeah. And then afterwards, he became concerned about like his career and stuff like that. So that's why I think they got back together. But this is why they got back together. And then I had the memory card reverse. And then after that, I had a strategy card. So it's like he back in the game, kind of like how he view it. Like something happened, he cracked. Shit got fucked up for a moment. And then he was like, oh shit, man, I gotta get back in the game. I gotta get back in the game. But back in the game is playing Halle. Mm. Homeboy got issues though. He got a lot of fears. He have a lot of secrets. He have something that he it's a lot of things that he's not telling her, that he's not being honest with. And I think sometimes he feel guilty, but then he would try to override the guilt with ambition. Like he will feel like she doesn't deserve this, like I shouldn't be doing this to her and stuff like that. And then something come along to remind him like, look, it's either you or her. You know, you have to look after your own career and stuff like that. You have to do what you have to do in order to succeed. So after he cracked, he got back in the game. He probably did a whole lot of shit to convince her that that would never happen again. Um, he mean well. He getting the help that he said that he was going to get. You know, probably bought her flowers, made promises and shit like that. Hmm. And I don't think it's cheating. I think cheating is like a different side effect. But it was something that happened that is kind of worse than a cheating or something. It was something else that happened outside of cheating. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember that he did thought that she was cheating or something. Um, Before I came and did this reading, I didn't do like research, but I remember watching Impressive talk about it. And it was something about him putting something online that insinuated that Haley cheated on him or wasn't faithful. So yeah, I think it was a breakdown in his like mental health or something like that, just because he's not living right. Um, and he started to accuse her. And I think he even got violent, like very enraged. And I think it was something that was scary to her, so she left. How do he feel about Holly? Guilt. Like, really he shouldn't be in a relationship with her because he feel too much guilt, too much shame because he not being real with her. This relationship is not built off a solid foundation. He don't even plan on being with her long term. He really just plan on getting what he can out of this. And then he will throw her under the bus when it's time. Look at all these cars, yo. They all came out reverse. Oh, Lord have mercy. Every last one of them. He not in a good state of mind. He feel too much guilt. He feel too triggered just being around her. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I'm ready to set myself and my mind free. I'm so burnt out. I need a vacation. These are my cards. You can find them in the make player card in the description. What's the worst that could happen? Go for it. See, this is how his mindset is set up. First, he get into this guilt right here. Like when he about to confess because he just can't take it no more. Um, especially when Halle like do something for him that make him feel like love or something like that, it triggers him because he know things that he do not tell her. So he will get into this energy like, you know what, I'm just gonna confess and hopefully she will understand because I do feel like he feel like if he confessed to her, maybe she would stick it out with him and maybe they could find like a plan B or something like that. But I think it's people in his ear like telling him like, nah, don't do shit like that because trust, like these women, they have like their own plan. Like she will betray you first if you do that. If you tell her the truth, she will play you. So he got that type of mindset. I'm so burnt out. I need a vacation. What I get from this card is that he want time alone. He really want to take a break from Halle just so he could get centered again because being around her is just way too triggering for him. But I think that they have too many obligations as a couple for him to take time apart. And then you have this card. What's the worst that could happen? Go for it. Because with this card right here, he go into these panic moments, feeling extremely guilty, feeling like he can't take it no more. And then he will sit here and tell himself, like, just do it. Just continue to push through. You got this. He feel like his willpower is stronger than his guilt. With this card right here, I'm not fond of either option. I'm not a fan of ultimatums, actually. When I first seen this card, I had got a visual of him looking at Chloe in a way that he not supposed to. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna leave that out. And then he would go back to feeling guilty. I feel like giving up. Should I follow my calling or do what make everyone happy? I may not have all the answers. Have I led you astray? So, yeah, this is what's going on. There's a lot of secrets, private agendas, obligations. DDG is more aware of the deceit than Holly is. She not fully aware that she's being played. Damn. Hold on. Yeah, I was getting hot. So I looked over and seen I'm afraid that they will reject me, so I'm hesitant to show them how deeply I feel. Hmm. And then after that, they are viable. I want them on my team. So he feel guilty. He even feel a sense of shame and embarrassment. And so he go through this cycle of feeling so overwhelmed by the guilt that he want to say something, to just falling through with it because he feel like he's already in too deep. So he might as well finish the mission. Damn. Okay, so it's something about Chloe, and I don't think that Chloe is involved or whatever, but he do sometimes compare them in his head. Sometimes he even feel like Chloe might have been like a better match for him or something like that. And it's not something that I don't think that he act on it. Like I feel like he even dismiss it soon after it plays out in his head, but it's something that he do think about. How do Haley feel about DDG? How do Haley feel about DDG? Um, mm, I think she in love. I think she in love for real, but she know that the relationship is already toxic. Like I feel like DDG could have like a issue with anger. Like he could sometimes explode or be mean or insensitive and everything. She not really sure where that come from. But then he would come around and he would be like the smoothest, sweetest person that you ever come across. And uh and I think that they do have like, good sexual chemistry or whatever and stuff like that. And Aries, they want somebody that's a little rough around the edges and stuff like that because they like that passion and everything. But she know that this situation is not really healthy for her. There's things about this relationship that she keeps secret, things that has happened, like she don't communicate it with people, kind of signs of like a abusive relationship. um Sometimes I second guess myself and become full of doubt and fear. I can't hear my intuition. So I do feel like her intuition is screaming at her, telling her like, I need to leave this situation. I need to walk away from it. But she doesn't listen. She doesn't listen. I have the King of Wands and the King of Swords here. And I feel like the reason is because, I think that Haley need to get in touch with her masculine side in a healthy way because with this card I got, they trust me because I'm assertive and my judgment is usually accurate. I need to make a plan first and I will follow through. I find power in my ability to lead with integrity. I love life and I take charge of mine. So, you know, we talked about this earlier that Haley, she take up for herself, she take up for the people she care about. And I think that this is something that DDG made known to her that that's things that he value about her. And I feel like that's something that she's attached to. The fact that he acknowledged that side of her and he also value it. So those one of the things that keep her attached to him, but she know that this relationship is not healthy. I do feel like she's in love. Like she do feel attached to him. But she feel like it's unhealthy. So her senses is picking up on something, but she don't know how deep it is. I think that she kind of even relating to him, maybe even trauma bonding, because she see he has a temper, he has an anger issue, but she will say stuff like, "I know how hard it is to be in this industry," so she really tried to understand him. Um, and he's hot and cold. Like sometimes he very mean, and sometimes he like the sweetest person ever. So, it's hard for her to navigate, but I do feel like her intuition is telling her like this is not good for her in no way. Okay, how does sex life real quick? I'm not gonna get too deep into this part because it's very private. Hmm. The sex is really good. The sex is really good. Too good to the point that I feel like Holly, especially, is really attached to it. Mm. DDG, he give really good head. I'm gonna just say that. Yeah, he get really good head. It really makes her remember him. Yeah, I'm starting to get visuals. Let's clear that out. Clear it out. Clear it out. Now, real quickly, I'm gonna get like what is the situation between DDG and that girl Ruby Rose when they broke up? What was the situation? When him and Haley broke up, what was the situation? Yeah, it wasn't really nothing, to be real. Like, I do feel like maybe he contacted her for like a booty call, but I don't feel like he's attached to her or even like miss her in that way and everything. Ugh. He has heard the rumors, about Ruby, and it kind of made him not really want to be associated with her. Like, he kind of look at it like it's not really good for his brand. It's not really good for, like, he feel like he can't really settle down with her, but he's not really even looking into that right now. So if he hit her up, it was just to have sex, but it wasn't because he missed her and stuff. But I do think that he hit her up because he wanted a rebound, and but he didn't want to deal with somebody new. And it's because he was afraid that it was gonna get out. Like, if he was to like go to the club or something like that and he was to meet a girl, and he hooked up with her because he looking for a rebound, um, he afraid that the girl would have like took pictures of him and put it on the internet and stuff like that. He was afraid about how that would look because he know it would be brutal on him if it would come out that he was cheating on Howie. He know that it would be brutal. It could even possibly destroy his career because he know the mentality behind it. So, yeah, I don't think that was too serious. But how was Ruby thinking about it? How was Ruby thinking about it? All of those came out sideways. She went into playing games like instantly. Like, I believe he texted her and then she instantly started to think about how can she get something out of this situation. Like, instantly. Cause we have this card, it came out sideways, so I take both meanings when it comes out sideways. So, as soon as he texts her, she thinking about how can she talk about this shit on social media. And she also started to like play games with him. Like, it probably took her a long time to respond. It was something that was unexpected. Like, she wasn't expecting to hear from him anymore because maybe how it ended, she knew that the relationship was done. It wasn't like some shit where they broke up and he having a hard time letting her go, even though he's in a new relationship. So he's still like low key checking on her, you know, texting her like, "How you doing? I just was thinking about you." It wasn't like that. It was like they broke up. It was done. They stopped talking. So out of the blue, he hit her up and she like instantly know what it is. Like, "Oh, you hitting me up because you want to make me a rebound." So that put her in the mentality of, damn, how can I turn this around to make myself look good? And that's how she viewed it. That's how she handled it. Yeah. She went right into like plotting and scheming. So that's so funny. Like he wanted to find a rebound, but he wanted to deal with somebody that he already dealt with because he felt like at least on that level he could trust her. But no, she did exactly what he was afraid of. Ain't that something? So with these cards, I felt like as soon as he texts her, as soon as he texts her and she seen that text message, she instantly saw it as an opportunity. Like, oh my God, this is my moment. And I think it wasn't even about him. I think it was about Haley because I feel like she low key and like competition with her or whatever, or she wants to be considered more desirable than Haley. Because I think to the public, people see Haley as more desirable. Um, so she took this as an opportunity to make herself look like the more desirable one. Um, or make herself look whatever. She looked at the situation as an opportunity to make herself look a certain type of way. So she strategized, but it's nothing there. Like it's nothing between them really, but space and opportunity. I'm also getting the fact that for maybe like a millisecond he did think about going back to Ruby because he was thinking about a plan B. So he was thinking on the lines of, damn, I really fucked this up with Haley. Now what I'm gonna do? So he was like, well, at least I could go back to Ruby because she got like a little bit of fame or whatever. And he was like, well, maybe I could make that work. Maybe I could make that work. Maybe I could do something or damn, he might even needed some type of help from her or something like that, like a couch to sleep on, a space to stay at, or something like that. Because I don't know, I think something his money might be like a little funny. See, rich people they have money problems too. It's just slightly different, as in like they will be living paycheck to paycheck. They just get bigger paychecks, but they still is under that pressure of bills and stuff like that. Like it's not that they stop worrying about money. It's just that they are in a different tax bracket, which come with new issues. So they are living in a bigger house, but they still living above their means. So it caused them to live paycheck to paycheck. So they constantly worry about that and their image, you know? So I kind of feel like he reached out to Ruby out of like a panic. And he was just trying to make himself feel better or secure in that moment. But it's nothing between them. Like it's over with. It's done. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap up the reading here. I hope that you enjoy. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay blessed.